Hello everyone, the dynamic duo Shani and Charlie here, and tonight I want to come and do a book review. I literally, like, right before I sat down and press play, I literally just finished the 4th book in George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire or Game of Thrones series. This one is A Feast for Crows, and I literally just finished it. And honestly, with this book here, this video may be some of everywhere, simply because I wrote down a couple of notes, as I was reading, because I knew I wanted to try to do this video. And so just before we get started, spoiler alert. If you're not caught up with the show, because I'm going to be talking about some show things, and if you're not caught up with at least the 4th book, then spoiler alert. So again, this is my least favorite book. This book really could not hold my attention. And don't get me wrong, the book is very well written. One thing I love about George R.R. Martin, he's very descriptive. And just the imagery that he paints in your head, the way he describes things, like you can just see the scenery in your head. So it's not that it isn't well written. I think the reason that I didn't really like this book as much as the others is because it has characters that I don't care about. Like, I literally don't care. The Ironborn, least favorite. But it spent so much time, so many chapters. You have Yara has her chapter. The Crow's Eye has his chapter. Victorian, I think his name, he has his own chapter, and then it was just so much about the Ironborn that I didn't care about. So I feel like they could have done a POV from Yara, and it could have summed up everything that happened with the King's Moot and the Queen's Moot. It could have summed all that up in one chapter. So I think that's one thing about the book that I didn't like. It was characters and plot points and government and politics in the Iron Islands that I can care less about. So, and again, it's not that it isn't well written, it's just I don't care. I did enjoy, and I mean, you can tell that it's a lot of plot setups here. And at the end of the book, there is a insert from George R.R. Martin saying, actually, Dance with Dragons is the one that I'm gonna start reading tonight. A Dance with Dragons and A Feast for Crows, they're actually supposed to be one book, but the book was getting too long, so he decided to split the books up. So can you imagine if this was like just one book? Yeah, so you can tell that the book was like split. It's like something's missing from the books. Some things that I did like, what really made me want to, because I'm like, if A Dance of Dragons is going to be like this, I don't even want to read it. I mean, because you didn't have the main characters, like, point of views like Jon Snow and Daenerys, and you didn't have them in this book. But you did have Jaime. It was interesting. What I like about the way George R.R. Martin writes is you can actually, their thoughts are in the books, and their thoughts are so incredibly funny. Cersei's thoughts, Jaime's thoughts, like what they think and what they say is so different. It's so funny, and I wish they would have done something like that in the show where you can like hear their thoughts. So I really like that George R.R. Martin does do that. I know I started watching the show first before I started reading the books. I started reading the books when season 7 went off air. So I know a lot of people were complaining about the Dorne plotline. I get it now. I get the Dorne plotline where they were so upset of how it went in the show, because it's really interesting in the books to see that, they're trying to start this war and to bring Marcella into power, because in Dorne it doesn't matter if you're male or female, the eldest child is the rightful heir. So I thought that was interesting to see that. I thought it was jacked up that Marcella's face is like all cut up and her ear is gone. That was like kind of messed up. But I'm a little confused, and if you know in the comment section, please comment and see if you can clarify this for me. Didn't Marcella have like a double? So was it Marcella that got cut up, face got cut up and the ear got slashed, or was it her double? So help me out with that one, because I'm really confused on that one. Let's see what else. I thought it was interesting to see how in this book, how they switched out, because John didn't want Melisandre to get Jilly's baby. I'm sorry, Mance Rayder's baby, because for the king's blood. So that's why he sent Mance Rayder and the Maester, Aemon Targaryen, away with Sam. So and it was just so sad how they switched this girl's baby, and she's just crying the entire time, and you really don't know why she's crying. Then you find out like she knows that this isn't her baby, and her baby 9 times out of 10 is likely gonna get killed by Melisandre. So I thought it was like kind of messed up how the Maester, how he ended up dying, and I thought it was really cool how they let Arya and Sam have that little interaction. So I thought that was kind of cool. So like I said, it's not that George R.R. Martin isn't a good writer. It was just, I think more with this book here it was just about things that I didn't care about. I care about what's going on with Daenerys. I care about what's going on with Jon. I care about what's going on with Tyrion. Sansa, I should say Elaine. I liked her in this one. I liked her. What made me like her is the care that she was showing towards Sweet Robin. How basically after Sweet Robin's Lady Lysa was killed, how Sweet Robin kind of took to Elaine or Sansa, how he kind of took to her, and she began to nurture him. And so I liked her there. And it was just kind of really strange because, like I said, I saw the show first. No, stop it. I watched the show first, so in the show, none of that happened. And so to see that she's still alive and well, she's not with Ramsay. Her best friend, Jane Poole, is passed off as Arya and is with Ramsay. So that was kind of cool. But it was interesting to see how Cersei is plotting against Marjorie, how she's trying to get, her to prove that she's sleeping with someone else for treason. Cersei is just, to me, Cersei is just dumb. I don't care. It's just in the book. I don't care about Cersei at all in the book. And it's just amazing to see that Tommen is so much younger than he was in the show. So he can't even he can't even consummate his marriage with Marjorie. So, yeah, and then he has these little temper tantrums or whatever. But he's nothing like Joffrey. And this is my least favorite book out of the 4 that I've read so far. I'm about to start on A Dance with Dragons. I'm about to start on A Dance with Dragons tonight. And what made me, because I'm like, if all the books are gonna be like this, I'm not reading any more of his books. But what made me, Brienne's last 2 chapters saved the series. Oh my God. Like I said earlier, George R.R. Martin has a way of painting perfect pictures. Like when she was fighting Biter, and Biter was like literally eating her face. Like I can see it in my head. It was gruesome. I can see it in my head. Like it was saying how he was, pinning her down, and how when it was talking about the lightning flashing and the rain, I saw that in my head. So that's what I love about George R.R. Martin. He's excellent when it comes to description and just painting that picture for you. And then when she actually encountered Lady Stoneheart, that made me want to go to the next book. So I'm like, it says she screamed out a word. So and it was jacked up because Podrick is freaking hanging now. They're all hanging. So, you know, I want to know what's gonna happen. I know she's gonna be in the next book, so obviously, you know, she may not die, but I want to know what word she screamed out. I want to know if Podrick, if she was able to save Podrick, because, you know, no one wants Podrick to die. No one wants Pod to die, you know. But yeah, pretty much that's all when it comes to this book. I just, out of a scale of 1 to 10, I would really give this book like a 4. I didn't like it at all. The only chapters I like Jamie's chapters, I like Brienne's chapters, I like Sam's chapters. That was pretty much it. Like I said, Dorne was interesting, but I'll give it a 4. I didn't like this book at all. I like the writing, I like the battles, I like the fights, I like the plots, but it's just the characters in there were characters that I did not care for, and it was plot lines in there in government and politics that I did not care for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start A Dance with Dragons tonight. And what I may do is every chapter or so, I may do like a video on every chapter or so. If you want to see that, let me know. Or either every chapter I may go through how it differs from the book. And one thing, yeah, Arya in this chapter, she did actually go blind, but you know, she went to sleep and when she woke up she was blind, so that was different. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Comment below if you want me to do updates on A Dance with Dragon, or if you want me to wait until I'm done, just review the entire book. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot that I forgot about. But again, this was my least favorite book out of the 4 that I've read so far. Hopefully A Dance with Dragons is a lot better. I'm hoping that I can get into more Targaryen history, because I'm really interested in Targaryen history and the fall of Valyria. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section, and as usual, toodaloo, bye bye.